maybe all this has no purpose. Maybe I shouldn't make these builds and just stick with meta, like always using Nergigante, Teostra, Kushala. Maybe I should just stick with all that together. Welcome guys to How to Make Your Arzuros OP, brought to you by Dr. Brave, who kindly suggested the monster. Thank you very much, sir, for that one. For anyone who's new to the channel or don't know who I am, my name is Cinna. I like to make all kinds of builds for possibly every single monster in Monster Hunter Stories 2. And today we are looking at a quote-unquote Immortal Arzuros build. As the name probably gives away, this Arzuros is supposed to stay alive forever, in which cases it probably won't. His defenses are pretty weak as it is, so we're gonna see what we can do today for this build. So let's go ahead and go see what our genes are for this build real quick. So first up we have Health Up XL. This basically just maxes our health, giving us a bigger chance to survive certain moves of Arzuros. We have to compensate for his weak defenses so that we can at least survive in case something hits us really hard. Next up we have Self Heal XL. What this does is it regenerates our health every turn, so that Arzuros with his recovery stats, he heals about 40 each turn, which is pretty decent, keeps us alive. And then the most important gene for this build, quote me on that real quick, is going to be Crit Healing XL. Without this, we're pretty much nothing on this build. What this pretty much does is every single time we crit, no matter it being a kinship, a normal attack, or any of the skills we're going to be using, we will be getting a certain amount of health back, allowing us to stay alive in many situations. Our next gene we're going to be looking at is Nergigante XL, which is also known as Calamity Slash. This does cost a hefty 50 gauge to your kinship, and it also can be found on Nergigante. It deals massive non-elemental damage to all your enemies. It also lowers the user's defense, so we are going to be even more squishy than we are, but we do get an auto recovery for 3 turns, which with self-heal lets us heal almost a fourth of our HP every turn. Next we have Critical Gene S, which is also known as Sharpened Blades. This can be found on Nargacuga and non-elemental Palamutes and costs about 15 kinship gauge to use. What this does is it slightly increases our attack and crit rate for 5 turns when fully upgraded. It's definitely a weird gene to mix with this, but I believe with our other moves and the added crit rate and attack, we might be winning more fights with this as well as healing more, plus it's a cheap kinship cost. Usually we don't group up 3 genes all together, but this time I feel like it's an exception. We will be using Nergigante L, which is Ruinous Strike, Gravios Gene M, which is Killer Tackle, and Onslaught Gene M, which is Killer Crush. All of these genes are very similar to each other, just having different types of attack. They all have a high chance to critical hit, except Killer Crush is a fairly high chance. They all cost around the same kinship, which is about 20, and Nergigante and Gravios both do medium damage to one enemy, while Killer Crush does light damage to one enemy. The other 2 genes are pretty self-explanatory when it comes to where to find them. Onslaught gene can be found on Arzuros and Palamute. Basically all these moves are just to give us a bigger chance to crit so we can heal ourselves if we're in a pinch or even about to die. But this is what our Arzuros is built around, is pretty much just getting crits on top of crits to possibly keep staying alive and out healing damage. So for our replacement genes, we will be replacing Critical Gene S for Critical XL. You will be losing a bingo line or 2, plus rearranging the whole bingo card in general, but you'll have an even higher chance to crit without needing to buff every 5 turns. I was really stuck on trying to add this into my bingo card, but I was in a pinch, I guess, on trying to make something more unique without having to use Critical XL for each build. You could replace Health Up XL with All Res XL. I say this simply because Arzuros is a very squishy bear, as we know, and Calamity Slash doesn't really help with that, but adding more defense might help balance that out a bit with the sacrifice of some of his health being gone. And that's pretty much all I have for replacement genes. It's not a perfect build, he's still very squishy as we can see, and you could probably still die if you get very unlucky with crits. It kind of feels like rolling dice in Mario Party sometimes. You'll just get crazy good luck and other times you just hit the bottom of the barrel. But either way, it's a very fun build. I've been having a lot of fun with it, and I hope you all enjoy as well. As always, I would love to see you guys' opinions, and if you have any kind of better builds or ideas on this, please let me know in the comments. You can also let me know what monster you guys would like to see next, and why would you love to see that monster. And with that ends our Arzuros build. I hope you guys have a great day, I appreciate you all, and I hope to see you in the next video.